At the start of the drama, we see the female lead, whose name is Lu Miao. She tells us, "Today is my first day of high school, and from today, I will avoid a boy. He is my neighbor, and also a childhood friend. That boy's name is Han." Lu Miao is going to school, jumping from her house's roof to other buildings so she can avoid Han. Just then, Han is walking on the straight path below, and his gaze falls on the roof where Lu Miao is. Now, Lu Miao says, "Everyone knows me by his sister's name. We went to the same school, ate the same food, but everyone only saw his talent. I have no name of my own." Then Lu Miao decides, "From today on, I will make my own identity, and I will avoid Han." But Han is smiling, looking at her. Now, Lu Miao had already placed some bricks to get down, but some kids take those bricks away. Lu Miao hangs from the wall, but just then her hand slips, and Han comes from below and catches her. Han asks, "Are you avoiding me?" Lu Miao says, "I was practicing rock climbing." Han says, "Oh, really?" Lu Miao says, "At school, I want people to know me by my own identity, and you should avoid me." Han agrees without saying anything. In the next scene, Lu Miao is trying to avoid Han. She has a brick in her hand, and it's the same stolen brick. Now, everyone is looking at Lu Miao strangely, but she is lost in her own world. Just then, Han, who is also on the same bus, says, "Throw the brick away." Lu Miao says, "The bus is moving." She puts the brick in her bag, takes out her camera, and starts taking Han's picture. Lu Miao smiles and says, "You are handsome as you are, but today, during lunch, I'll take even better photos of you." In the next scene, the seat next to Lu Miao is empty, so Lu Miao calls Han over and, feeling tired, falls asleep herself. Han gently turns her head towards the window, takes the camera, and snaps a funny photo of Lu Miao. Then, he rests her head on his shoulder so she can feel more comfortable. In the next scene, Lu Miao says, "When we reach school, follow me after 30 seconds. Act like we don't even know each other." Han agrees and sticks the photo on the back of her dress and wishes her good luck. In the next scene, it is shown that when Lu Miao enters the classroom, everyone starts laughing upon seeing her funny photo. A boy named Go-Go, who was Lu Miao's classmate, makes fun of her. In anger, Lu Miao slams the photo on the desk, but her hand hits her roommate Shen's notebook, and the page tears. Shen says, "Please don't disturb me." Lu Miao goes to her seat and takes out the brick. Everyone gets scared, and Go-Go apologizes. In the next scene, it is shown that everyone is called to the auditorium to welcome the new students. Han is the best student, and his speech inspires everyone. Everyone's focus shifts to Han. Now, Lu Miao is ignored again and sticks motivational quotes in the classroom to get motivated. But as soon as she looks at the board, she falls asleep again. In the next scene, it is shown that during the break, Lu Miao goes to the auditorium and practices giving a speech like Han. But just then, as she runs for her camera, she falls on the wires, causing some of the staging equipment to break. Lu Miao tries to run away, but a security guard arrives. Now, Lu Miao runs and hides in the broadcasting room. The security guard is taking the camera away when Han says, "This is my camera," and takes it back. Han sees that Lu Miao is trapped inside. He starts taking pictures of Lu Miao, and then a teacher comes from upstairs. In the next scene, both are taken to the office. The teacher asks, "What are you two doing here?" Lu Miao and Han say, "We are not in a relationship," but their addresses are the same. The teacher says, "You two are siblings," and gives Lu Miao the punishment of cleaning the toilets for 7 days. Now, outside, Lu Miao is scolding Han, but her shoelaces are untied, and she falls. Then Han ties her shoelaces. Shen, her classmate, sees all of this. In the next scene, Shen meets Lu Miao on the way and asks, "What is your relationship with Han?" Lu Miao says, "Please don't tell anyone. I want to make my own identity, and we are just neighbors and childhood friends." In the next scene, Han's dad is running a gambling den. Some thugs there are not paying money, so Han's dad beats them and takes the money. Just then, Han is passing by, and his dad gives him the money, saying, "I won't be home for a few days," but Han ignores him. Now the thugs see all this and stop Han on the street and start beating him, repeatedly hitting his artificial leg. Just then, Lu Miao arrives and starts defending Han with a piece of wood, but the thugs are more powerful. So, Han shields Lu Miao, and the thugs beat him even more. But when Lu Miao gets hurt, Han loses control and starts to gouge out a thug's eye, but Lu Miao stops him. Just then, a boy comes and shoos the thugs away. Lu Miao says, crying, "I shouldn't have avoided you." Han says, "Shh, let's go." He takes her to his home. Han says, "Don't tell your parents, just say that I'm in a bad mood." Lu Miao is feeling guilty and says, "From today, I won't leave you alone." Han asks, "Will you have a problem with that?" Lu Miao says, "You are important to me. I don't care what people think." Now we see a flashback scene from 8 years ago, where Han has an accident. Lu Miao's parents take him to the hospital, and the doctor says one of Han's legs will have to be amputated. Han's dad gets angry, so Lu Miao's parents take responsibility. In the next scene, Han comes to Lu Miao's house where a young Lu Miao happily welcomes him. In the next scene, when Han wakes up in the morning, he sees a new artificial leg lying next to him. This is the same leg that Lu Miao's dad had bought in advance. Early in the morning, Lu Miao's dad came and secretly placed it in his room because Lu Miao had told him that Han's old leg was broken. When Lu Miao arrives, Han tells her, "Tell Lu Miao's dad, Mr. Love, thank you." He says, "Take care of yourself, and if anything happens, tell me first." In the next scene, Lu Miao and Han are standing at the bus stop to go to school. Han is writing something in a diary. "This new leg is a debt to me, and I am writing down an account of every single thing anyone has done for me." His intention was, "I will grow up and return everything," because he himself was scared. In the next scene, Lu Miao is looking at her class group chat at school, where everyone is talking about last night's incident. Some thugs beat up Han, and why was Lu Miao with Han? Someone is saying, they can't be brother and sister because their surnames are different. Everywhere, people are talking about their relationship. Someone is even saying Lu Miao's family was an enemy of Han's family, and they had a fight in their childhood. Now Lu Miao hears everything and says angrily, "What do you people know about our relationship? If you talk nonsense next time, I won't tolerate it." In the next scene, when Lu Miao goes near her class, the girls who like him give her gifts because they thought, Lu Miao should give our love letters to Han. Lu Miao gets tired of listening to them and shoos everyone away. For this, Han thanks Lu Miao. That day, the class committee elections were being held. Lu Miao votes for Han. In the next scene, Han becomes the study representative. Han thinks Lu Miao will be happy, but she is upset and says, "Now you have extra responsibilities on your head, and you won't get time to study." In the next scene, Lu Miao is talking to Han during break time when she hears some boys talking negatively about Han. She is about to go fight with them in anger, but Han stops her. After class, Shen doesn't have a partner for the exercise, so Lu Miao tells Shen, "Come on, let's team up." Now both of them exercise together, and Lu Miao says, "I'm sorry I troubled you a lot, but you truly deserve this role." And now everything is cleared up between them and they become good friends. In the next scene, Lu Miao sees a diary with Shen in class, in which she used to score boys. Looks, intelligence, attitude, everything was accounted for. With this, she chose the perfect date for herself. Until now, Shen had received the highest score. Lu Miao starts listing Han's qualities. At night, Han goes to Lu Miao's house to study. Lu Miao gives him the gifts and love letters that have come for him, including some from senior girls. Han is a little confused but doesn't say anything. In the next scene, at school, Lu Miao catches the boys who were making fun of Han by drawing a picture of him. The boys are saying, "Han is lame and a coward." Lu Miao was about to hit them, but Shen stops her. Shen gives an idea. "You can take revenge by playing a better prank." That night, the two of them called those boys to the biology lab. When the boys arrive there, the lights go off, the doors also get locked, and a skeleton starts dancing. The boys start trembling with fear. Lu Miao threatens them. "If you say anything about Han next time, it will be even worse." But instead of staying quiet, those boys start planning to take revenge on Lu Miao in the library. Next scene, Han tells the boys, "I will tell everyone about you cheating." Han also had a recording of them. Han says, "Solve that question paper for me, and then I will delete the recording." Those boys agree. On the way home, Lu Miao tells Han everything, how I taught those boys a lesson. Han scolds her, "Don't do such things." Lu Miao says, "They were saying bad things about you. Why do you get angry when I do something for you?" Han said, "I don't care. I am lame. I am a coward. This is the truth." Lu Miao says angrily, "You weren't like this. Do you remember when a girl made fun of you and you threw water on her face?" Han smiled and said, "I was a child then. Now I know my reality." Lu Miao gets angry with him and starts walking away. Han follows her, but she isn't talking, so Han steps on her shadow. Lu Miao says, "Don't step on my shadow, my height won't increase." Han laughed and said, "Let's go eat your favorite spicy hot pot." Lu Miao agrees and makes him promise that he will never say such things about himself again. In the next scene, when Lu Miao and Han go to a comic shop, Lu Miao wants the latest editions of Naruto and One Piece, but some boy named Mr. R takes them all. Lu Miao gets angry and says, he always takes the same comics. In the next scene, after going home, Lu Miao's mom makes dinner. Nobody likes the food named yams, but everyone praises it. Lu Miao forces herself to eat the food and says, "It's very tasty." Then Han says, "I am going to another city for a few days for a study campaign." Lu Miao becomes sad. Next scene, Lu Miao used to make all her decisions with her pet, which was a chicken named Song. Lu Miao made chits to choose the math subject, and Song chose the math chit. Lu Miao screams, "I don't like math at all." Han said, "This is what you need to work on the most, and since you are weak in it, you should start with it." Lu Miao says, "Can I help you during the study campaign?" and she again makes a chit and throws it near Song. So Song chose another chit, on which it was written, "A rival will come. My yes." In the next scene, a new boy makes a Naruto-style entry into the school. He was looking very cool and was looking at Lu Miao. Han asks him, "Are you interested in Lu Miao?" The boy said, "No, it's nothing like that," but his eyes were saying something else. But now we see a scene from the past where Han's childhood is shown. He is being made fun of, but he never gave up. In the next scene, Si Chen is staring at Lu Miao. Lu Miao is completely lost in a comic book. Seeing her, Si Chen says, in the next scene, the villain becomes the hero's friend. Lu Miao looks at him angrily. "Why are you spoiling my story?" Si Chen says, "You still haven't recognized me?" Lu Miao opens her eyes in annoyance. "No, I don't think I've ever met you before." Just then, as Si Chen starts to cover his face, Lu Miao says, "You're that strange boy who saved us from the goons, right?" Lu Miao asks Si Chen, "By the way, your hair was quite long, wasn't it?" Si Chen says, "I had to do it because of the school rules." That day in class, forms for club recruitment arrive. Si Chen has immediately applied for the basketball club. Just then, someone asks him, "Do you even know how to play basketball?" To which Si Chen says, "I will change the school's history." After this, when the tryouts happen, it is shown that Si Chen performed the best, yet he was not selected. Lu Miao says in surprise, "You played the best and still, or..." Si Chen just smiles. Then, the next day, Han goes to the special class where everyone calls him the contest demon. He has won all the math and physics competitions. But today, another boy comes to chemistry, Shu Wei, who was last year's national topper. People are stunned to see him. In the next scene, Lu Miao is not paying attention in class. The teacher calls her to the board, but she cannot solve the problem. The dismissal bell rings, and Lu Miao is saved. Then, Lu Miao notices that Si Chen is not in class, to which Lu Miao's classmate Gogo explains, "Si Chen didn't get selected, that's why he didn't come to class. And you know what? He's the principal's son." Lu Miao and Gogo are both shocked. That day, Si Chen goes to the basketball team captain and says angrily, "Dad was the one who told you not to select me, right?" The captain is confused. Si Chen understands everything. After this, Shu Wei, the national topper in chemistry, has challenged Han in chemistry. Han solved the entire problem calmly and with a shorter process, while Shu Wei's entire board gets filled up. Then Lu Miao is on her way home, hiding something in her hands, when her mom catches her comic books and scolds her, "TV off, phone off, only studies." Going home, Lu Miao calls Han. "When are you coming back? My comics have been taken away." Han says, "Good for them. Have you solved the problems I gave you or not?" Lu Miao changes the topic, so Han says, "After meeting Shu Wei, I feel like I found my rival." So Lu Miao says, "Always keep your lucky charm with you." The next day, Si Chen comes to school with red-dyed hair. The principal calls him onto the stage and asks, "What have you done?" Si Chen says, "I did it with your money." The principal suspends him until his hair returns to normal. After this, Lu Miao is going to return the comics after school, and Si Chen is also there. Both realize that their taste in comics is the same. Lu Miao says, "Mom forced me to return them. I wasn't studying." Si Chen takes her to the basketball court and says, "This is where the tension ends. Want to try a shot?" Lu Miao laughs, "I'm so short, how will I do it?" Si Chen stands in front of the basket and says, "I'll give you support, come on." Lu Miao ran and shot the ball, which went into the basket. Both are hanging from the basket when Si Chen says, "Is your mood better now?" Lu Miao screams, "I don't like math." Then Lu Miao and Si Chen are sitting on a bench talking, and Lu Miao asks Si Chen, "Why do you like basketball so much?" Si Chen says, "I've been playing since childhood." Lu Miao says, "You should start your own club. It's not necessary to be on the school team." Si Chen says, "Dad will reject the application." Lu Miao says, "Then tomorrow, I'll fill out the application in your name. You just smile." The next day, Lu Miao is completing her homework, and Han is explaining math to her over the phone. Lu Miao tells Han everything on the call: Si Chen, comics, basketball. Han gets jealous that Lu Miao is praising another boy so much. Then the next day, there is an announcement at school. The club has been rejected. The application itself disappears. Si Chen understands this is all his dad's doing, so he goes straight to the principal and says, "You can't reject my club." Hearing this, Lu Miao and Shen also arrive, and Lu Miao tells the principal, "I just need one chance to prove it." The principal says, "If your team defeats the school team, the club will be approved." Lu Miao agrees without thinking, then thinks in tension, "We don't even have a team." Then she sets out to form a team and practice begins. Lu Miao creates her own design and paints the jerseys. Finally, the day of the match arrives. Si Chen's team plays well but loses by just 2 points. The principal says, "You played well, but according to the rules, you lost." But he is happy. Before the campaign ends, Lu Miao receives the bracelet she had ordered upon winning. Then, Si-chen says, "Shall we go for lunch?" Just then, Han also arrives and asks what happened with the match. Lu Miao tells him, "We lost the match." Si-chen also comes over there. Han recognizes him. Lu Miao looks at both of them and says with a smile, "Let's all three go together." In the next scene, it is shown that Song is crowing, and suspense builds as to who was going to be Han's rival. After this, Han is having lunch with the basketball team during the lunch break. Si-chen suddenly picks up the chili sauce bottle and says, "Come on, let's add some flavor." Han calmly takes the sauce, but Si-chen's mouth burns. Lu Miao is laughing from a distance watching all this. Her expression is a mix of amusement and a little concern. Then in the evening, when school time is over, Lu Miao and Han are going home together. Lu Miao asks with a smile, "By the way, what happened with that transfer student of yours?" Han says, feeling a bit proud. "That boy lost." Lu Miao says, feeling proud. "Obviously. You are my lucky charm. You probably saw my face and that's why you won." Han laughs. "Oh, really? By the way, the teacher gave homework. Did you do it?" Hearing this, Lu Miao runs away laughing and says, "Let's talk when we get home." In the next scene, there are exams at school. Si-chen takes out a sticker, gives it to Lu Miao, and says, "This will help you do well on your paper." Both are comic book enthusiasts, so Lu Miao sticks the sticker on her pencil box and says happily, "Now I'm sure to be a topper." Meanwhile, Shu Wei, the chemistry topper, gets himself transferred to Han's school because he wants to compete with Han. He formally introduces himself, but Han already knows him and says confidently, "This time I won't let you win." After this, the exams end, and the results are out. Lu Miao checks the results. Si-chen fails in 2 subjects. Lu Miao makes fun of him. "You only passed in 2. But everyone is shocked when they find out that Han did not come in first, but Shu Wei is number 1. Then Han is cleaning classroom. Shu Wei goes up to him and says, "I told you, you wouldn't win this time." Han leaves the classroom. Shen starts writing everything in her diary and predicts that Shu Wei will rank 1. Lu Miao is surprised. "How did you change so quickly?" Shen tells her. "Didn't you see how he defeated Han on his first try?" In the next scene, they are again talking about the chemistry tryouts. The teacher says, "Han, you are the best in physics, don't go for the chemistry tryouts." But Han says, "I want a chance at chemistry too." The teacher tells Han and Shu Wei to prepare. After this, Han is busy with an experiment in the lab. Shu Wei tells him, "If you had taken physics and I had taken chemistry, we both would have come in first." Han just says, "When you go out, please close the door." Then Lu Miao asks Han, "Why didn't you take physics? You were the best at it." Han says softly, "I want to defeat Shu Wei." Lu Miao says, "I have complete faith in you." Next night, Lu Miao is writing down all the notes from the internet. Mom says, "You focus on your studies." Han is smart, but Lu Miao still makes notes and gives them to Han. After this, Han smiles holding the notes and brings them to class. Shu Wei sees them and says, "If you study from this, you won't even pass." Then at night, Si-chen sneaks into the school office and starts stealing the papers. But just then, Shen arrives there. Si-chen covers her mouth and takes a photo of the paper. In the next scene, Si-chen shows the paper to Han, who tears it up after seeing it and says, "I don't need this." After this, the teacher sees the CCTV footage, and Si-chen and Shen are punished to write, "I will not cheat 1,000 times." Shen can't write it because she has never cheated. Lu Miao and Si-chen teach her. Then comes the day of Han's chemistry tryout. He has a fever but still comes to school. Lu Miao brings medicine for him and says, "Take the medicine or the experiment will slip out of your hands." Han says, "Nothing will happen to me." After the experiment, it is announced. Han is the winner. Everyone is shocked. Lu Miao goes to Han and asks, "You were sick, yet you made no mistake?" Han says, "I used to practice every day." Lu Miao says with a loving gaze, "I'm proud of you." In the next scene, it is announced at school that Han is the winner of the chemistry tryout and the school's topper. Lu Miao says playfully, "Now you are at the top of the list." After this, a man on the bus steps on Han's artificial leg. Lu Miao sees this and decides, "I will take Han to school on my bicycle." She practices with her dad on the double seat, but the bicycle falls and her mom's favorite bicycle breaks. Then Lu Miao gets the bicycle fixed and learns to ride a double seat from Si-chen. The practice takes place on the basketball ground, and Han sees everything. In the next scene, Han and Si-chen are talking outside. Si-chen asks Han, "Why does Lu Miao treat you so well?" Han says, "Because I take care of her." After this, on the bicycle, Si-chen asks Han, "Do you really want to learn to ride a bike?" Han says, "Yes." Si-chen says, "But Lu Miao is already learning for you." Han is surprised. "Why didn't you tell me?" Han is happy. Then Han's dad wins the lottery, and Han uses the money to pay the household bills. Han's dad yells and says, "Your mom didn't give the money?" Han says, "I miss her. She only texts after the divorce." In the next scene, Han is sad because he has never been able to meet his mom. Lu Miao takes him to her home and says, "Have dinner with us today." Han becomes happy at dinner. After this, Han gives Lu Miao a new bicycle and says, a replacement for your mom's bicycle, but it doesn't have a back seat. Lu Miao says, surprised, now how will I give you a ride? Han takes out his own bicycle and rides it. Lu Miao is surprised, when did you learn? Han says, I already knew how. Then a scene from the past is shown where, after Han's accident, Lu Miao had helped him walk. In the next scene, Shen adds 2 new points for Han to her Mr. Perfect list because Han has learned to ride a bicycle. Lu Miao smiles and says, only 2 points? Learning to ride a bike wasn't that easy. He should get at least 4 points. Shen explains to her, if I increase his points by 4, his total will become 100, then he'll become my Mr. Perfect, and then I'll have to confess my love to him. Lu Miao is a bit confused and says, let's keep it at 2 points because riding a bike wasn't that hard either. During all this, Si Chen is quietly listening and thinks to himself, I've been trying to impress Lu Miao for so long and Han has gotten ahead of me just by riding a bike. After this, Si Chen goes to a comic store after school, where he reads comics and learns about a drum metal competition where the winner gets limited edition basketball shoes. He gets an idea. This is his chance to impress Lu Miao. Then, after school, Si Chen is waiting for Lu Miao. She comes out of class and Si Chen asks her for a bicycle ride. In the next scene, Si Chen and Lu Miao race together. There's laughter and fun, and he tells her about the drum competition. Lu Miao says, you taught me how to ride a bike, now I will win you the shoes. They form a team and start practicing. But Gogo, Lu Miao's classmate, is already practicing. He thinks Si Chen will make him part of his team. When Lu Miao says his team is already formed, Gogo issues a challenge. Whoever scores more perfectly will play with Si Chen. After this, the competition happens, and Lu Miao wins. She turns out to be an expert and is ready to match tunes with Si Chen. They are practicing hard together, but Han sees Lu Miao and Si Chen together from a distance, and his mood sours. Then during math class, Si Chen and Lu Miao are practicing. The teacher kicks them both out. Outside, they are also discussing the drum tuning. Han sees them together again. This time he goes straight to Si Chen and says, stop bothering Lu Miao. This will affect her studies. To which Si Chen tells him, we were just practicing for the drum competition. And Lu Miao also promised me that she would help me win the competition. In the next scene, Han tells Lu Miao, you should focus on your studies. This drum practice is affecting your studies. But Lu Miao says, I promised Si Chen I would win him the shoes, I can't go back on my promise. Han forces her not to participate in the game, but Lu Miao refuses. After this, Lu Miao tells this to Si Chen. Lu Miao realizes, Han was also saying it for my own good, and now she will balance both studies and practice. Then on one hand, Han is telling Lu Miao not to go to the drum competition, while on the other hand, Han himself is practicing alone. He has seen the pattern for a perfect score and memorized it all in his mind. In the next scene, Lu Miao goes to school and practices with Si Chen, but Han comes and says, I want to compete with you. If I win, I will be your partner, instead of Lu Miao. Si Chen accepts the challenge. Si Chen and Han compete. Han wins because he had already memorized the perfect pattern. Lu Miao is impressed and says, wow, you turned out to be a champion. Now, during drum practice, Si Chen and Han become partners. After this, Lu Miao is doing homework with Han at school. Si Chen comes and says, let's go, let's practice. Lu Miao says, now Han is your partner, I have to finish my homework first. Si Chen is a little sad, but he agrees. Then, during practice, Si Chen and Han fight over the music volume and earbuds. Lu Miao tries to reconcile between them, but the situation worsens. In the end, Lu Miao gets tired and says, that's enough, practice is over for today, let's go home. In the next scene, on the way, Lu Miao gives her earbuds to Han and says, listen to music in these, you'll be able to concentrate. After this, Han is practicing the drums on the rooftop while listening to music. Lu Miao sees him and says, and you look cute too. Then the day of the final battle arrives. All the teams lose, only Han and Si Chen's team is left, and they win. Lu Miao jumps with joy. In the next scene, Si Chen shows off his new shoes and says, now the points in the Mr. Perfect list should increase. Shen says, but you didn't win alone. Lu Miao and Han were there too, right? Si Chen agrees. All right, the credit goes to everyone. After this, during lunch in the canteen, a new girl, Li Jia, comes and sits in front of Han. Lu Miao and Shen are going to get food. Lu Miao says, hurry up, or we won't get a seat. Shen says, don't worry, Han will save a seat for us. But when she returns, she sees Li Jia sitting with Han. Lu Miao gets angry. This is my spot, she shouts. Han says she was saying the sole of her shoe tore, but Lu Miao doesn't listen to him and leaves in a huff. Then, Shen and Lu Miao are on duty in the sports room, and Lu Miao repeatedly expresses her anger at Han during her duty. Shen tests her, do you really not like Han? Lu Miao gets angry and says, why would I like him? Han is at the top of your Mr. Perfect list. Shen says, let me conduct a test. If you can look into his eyes for 10 seconds, you are not in love with him. Lu Miao says, easy. Shen creates a new test and says, if you can't look into his eyes for more than 10 seconds, then you like him. Lu Miao accepts the challenge. In the next scene, it's raining after school. Lu Miao's umbrella breaks. Han gives her his umbrella, and they both walk under one umbrella. While walking, Han holds Lu Miao's hand so she doesn't get wet. So something starts to happen in Lu Miao's heart. They sit together on the bus. Han's head falls on Lu Miao's shoulder, and there's a faint smile on Han's face. When Han wakes up, their eyes meet. The moment is quiet and romantic. Something starts to happen in Lu Miao's heart, and she thinks, do I really like Han? After this, Lu Miao and Han are sitting opposite each other on the bus. Their eyes meet. Lu Miao looks into his eyes and starts the 10-second test. But in just a few seconds, her heart starts beating wildly. She immediately looks ahead, her head bowed in shyness. Then in the evening, after reaching home, Lu Miao practices the same 10-second test while watching TV. But this time, too, she can only look into Han's eyes for a few seconds. The next night, while studying, Lu Miao is writing in her diary and asks Han, what kind of girl do you like? Han says, one with big eyes, a sweet smile. At that moment, she remembers. Li Jia looks just like that. Big eyes, cute smile. Does Han like Li Jia? After this, Han starts showing Lu Miao her exam papers, which have many mistakes. Lu Miao snatches the paper, and in the process, they collide. Lu Miao falls on top of Han. Once again, their eyes meet. But still, Lu Miao can't look for 10 seconds and runs home flustered. Then while brushing her teeth, Lu Miao says to herself, do I like him? Then she takes out Han's photo and tries to look into his eyes. Still can't make it to 10 seconds. In the next scene, Lu Miao secretly takes her mom's makeup kit to school, where Shen does a little makeup on her, but there's a small mishap there too. Si Chen sees her and laughs. Shen takes the hair clip from Si Chen's hair and puts it in Lu Miao's hair. Shen asks Lu Miao, what happened with your 10-second test? Lu Miao says nothing. Hearing their conversation, Si Chen becomes curious and asks Shen, what was that about looking into eyes? When Shen doesn't tell him, he starts following them. Si Chen also brings snacks for Shen and asks, what's the deal with the eye-gazing test? Shen tells him, have you ever held a girl's hand? Si Chen remembers. When they won the drum battle, Lu Miao had grabbed both his arms and jumped. Si Chen says, yes, I was very happy then. Shen then asks, have you ever hugged her? Han remembers that moment but says, no. Then Shen asks, have you ever looked into her eyes? Si Chen says, yes. Then Shen asks, who looked away first? Si Chen says, I did. Shen says, then you like her. Hearing this, Si Chen runs away. After this, Lu Miao now goes to Han wearing that same hair clip and asks, do I look a little different today? Han says, no. Lu Miao's mood sours. The next day, Lu Miao comes wearing lipstick, where she hears from Li Jia she got her uniform fitted. All the fans say, wow, you look so beautiful. Lu Miao gets an idea. She also gets her uniform tightened and comes to school the next day wearing that same hair clip and the new fitted dress. Han says, you look a little different. Lu Miao becomes happy. Then on the way, when Si Chen also joins and says, you look so good because of my help. In the next scene, Han asks Shu Wei, I have a friend who has suddenly started paying more attention to her dressing. Does this mean she's in love with some boy? From this, everyone finds out that Lu Miao got her uniform fitted. Han scolds her. Altering the uniform is not allowed in school. Lu Miao gets angry, but upon going home, she realizes her decision was a bit much. The next day, Han goes to buy a hair clip for Lu Miao, where he meets Li Jia, but he ignores Li Jia and leaves. After this, Lu Miao finds out that her jacket has been washed by her mother, so she goes to school in that tight uniform. There is a check going on outside, and parents are being called. Han sees Lu Miao and gives her his jacket. Lu Miao wears the jacket and finds a hair clip in the pocket. Lu Miao goes back from the teacher's office and returns Han's jacket, but Han says, keep it. When she asks about the hair clip, Han says, this is for you look good in it. Lu Miao says, you're lying. Han asks, what did I lie about? Lu Miao says, you said you like a girl like Li Jia, with big eyes and a sweet smile? Han says, when did I say I like Li Jia? Then Lu Miao was jealous of Li Jia getting close to Han. On top of that, Li Jia comes to the practice room at the same time for rehearsal with Han. Seeing them together again, Lu Miao goes to their table, slams the speaker down and says, this time was allotted to us. But Li Jia says, we were given this time too. Hearing this, Lu Miao and she get into a fight. So Gogo suggests, we can split the space and rehearse. But Lu Miao was getting angry seeing Li Jia, so she couldn't focus on practice. Si Chen starts teaching her, which Han doesn't like, and he gets up and leaves. In the next scene, Lu Miao meets Li Jia at the convenience store where Li Jia lies, Han and I chose this hair clip for you together. Hearing this, Lu Miao gets even angrier. She goes to Han's class, gives him the hair clip and says, don't come to my house. After this, Ligia comes to sit with Han again in the canteen, where everyone starts looking at them. But Han ignores her. Meanwhile, the four of them get busy preparing for the performance with full enthusiasm. But Gogo gets injured, so the teacher forbids him from participating. But Gogo says, "This is not a serious injury, I will perform." After this, everyone gets back to practice. Lu Miao practices even after coming home, where Han comes to talk to her. Lu Miao starts to leave upon seeing him, but Han stops her and says, "I don't know what anyone told you, but I bought this hair clip for you myself." Everyone is shocked to hear this. Lu Miao also makes a bow tie for him. In the next scene, everyone practices very hard. Han also notices that Lu Miao is working so hard for something for the first time. After this, on New Year's Day, Ligia brings a tie for Han, but Han wears the one from Lu Miao and says, "I already have one." Then the celebration begins. Everyone's performances are going well, but only a few performances are left, and the weather is also getting bad, so the teacher tells Han and Ligia cancel one performance. Ligia suggests, "Let's cancel Lu Miao's class performance," and the teacher agrees. Han feels very bad because he had seen how hard Lu Miao and her classmates had worked. In the next scene, the end of the celebration is announced, but then Han runs onto the stage and says Lu Miao's class performance is still left, which will be memorable for everyone. Everyone sits down again. Lu Miao and her friends are very happy. Everyone goes on stage and gives a performance that everyone loves. It is the best performance of the day. After this, backstage, Ligia apologizes to Lu Miao for lying. Ligia explains, "I was a little jealous because Han considers you the most special," and also says, "I like Han." Lu Miao says, "He will never like you?" Ligia says, "I just like him. I never wanted him to like me back." Then it was very cold outside, so Han brings a muffler for Lu Miao. On the way home, Lu Miao tells Han, "Ligia likes you." Han says, "I know, but I don't like her." Now we see a scene from the past where Lu Miao, during her school days, makes a no-love agreement, in which she and Han sign an agreement that says, "We will not fall in love with anyone else during our school life." If something like that happens, the party, meaning Lu Miao, will decide what to do. Then we see another scene from the past where, in Lu Miao's childhood, her mom had promised to buy her a toy but couldn't. Lu Miao gets sad, so Han makes a toy at home and gifts it to her. Seeing this, Lu Miao becomes happy but says, "Why don't grown-ups keep their promises?" Han says, "I will always remember and keep my promise." Lu Miao says, "Then I will too." In the next scene, a girl gives Han a love letter, which he gives to Shu Wei. On the way home, Lu Miao also shows Han that someone gave her a letter too. Lu Miao thinks it must be a love letter and is happy. Han snatches the letter and reads, "You dance very well, will you teach me too?" Han starts laughing. From behind, Si Chen and Gogo are watching this. Si Chen had given the letter. Han tells Lu Miao, "There's no need to bring these letters, throw them away." Si Chen gets angry and the next day tells Han, "You are not even Lu Miao's real brother, stop controlling her." After this, Si Chen starts to annoy Han. Lu Miao is sitting with Han. She is feeling cold, so she puts her hands inside his hoodie. Then Si Chen comes and disturbs them both and says to Lu Miao, "Why are you always sitting with your brother?" Hearing this, Han leaves from there. Lu Miao talks to Shen and says, "Si Chen bothers Han too much, and Han also doesn't like me calling him brother." Shen asks, "Why doesn't he like it?" Lu Miao says, "My grades are low, so he doesn't want a sister like me." Shen says, "No, I think he likes you. That's why he doesn't like you calling him brother." Then, Han is smiling, remembering all his moments with Lu Miao. After class, Si Chen tells Lu Miao, "Let's go to the comic store." Lu Miao says, "I have to do my homework." Han helps her. In the evening, Lu Miao and Han go to eat ice cream. Lu Miao can't finish her entire ice cream, so Han finishes it. After this, Han takes Lu Miao to the comic store, and Lu Miao is very happy reading her favorite comics. While reading, it gets dark, and they don't even realize it. Lu Miao is tense. Her mom must be worried. Han says, "I called and told her you are with me." Lu Miao becomes happy. Her hands get cold, so she again puts her hands in Han's hoodie. Then Si Chen goes to the comic store and finds out that Han and Lu Miao were there yesterday. There he meets Shen, who has come to get a love story book. So Si Chen tells her, "Suggest a good book for me so I can explain my feelings to a girl, or else I will tell the class about your love story book." Shen gives him the Stars book, in which it is written, "If a boy and a girl's stars match, they will always be together." Si Chen reads the book and sees that his and Lu Miao's stars match 99%, and he gifts this book. In the next scene, when Lu Miao goes home, her mom and dad are at work. She sits down to watch TV. Just then, Han comes to study with her. Lu Miao tells him about the stars book. Han sees that Si Chen and Lu Miao's stars match 99%, and Han's only match 8%. Han puts a minus sign in Si Chen's 99 and adds a 9 to his 8, making it 98. Lu Miao is very happy to see this. When Lu Miao checks the stars with Han, they don't match, whereas they do with Si Chen. so she considers the book a fraud. After this, Lu Miao returns the book to Chen. Chen understands that Han must have done this, so he gets angry. Then Chen tells Lu Miao about the manga fest. Chen wanted to make Lu Miao his partner. Han secretly applied for the debate competition in Chen's name. The manga fest and the debate were on the same day. Chen gets stuck in the debate. Han entered as Lu Miao's partner, so Lu Miao made a splendid costume for Han. They both won the fest. On the other side, Chen also won the debate, but when he saw the photo with Lu Miao and Han, he started to get jealous. Lu Miao was helping Han remove his makeup. Han just kept looking at her. That night, they were both sitting on a bridge. Lu Miao started to feel cold, so Han took off his jacket and put it on Lu Miao. Over there, the fireworks started, which both of them watched happily. After this, Ligia tries one more time to separate Lu Miao and Han. She goes to an old school where everyone is forbidden to go because a ghost lives there, and where there is also a magic mirror, in which if you see a man's face, you will be with him forever. So Ligia says, I saw Han's face in the mirror. She makes this news famous throughout the school, so Lu Miao goes to Ligia and says, I will definitely expose this lie of yours in front of everyone. Then, everyone starts congratulating Han and Ligia, saying they are the best couple. Lu Miao doesn't like this at all, but everyone believes the story about the old school and the magic mirror. Lu Miao comes with an attitude and says to Ligia, I will expose your lie in front of everyone, because she doesn't trust Ligia at all. In the next scene, everyone in the canteen is talking. Han and Ligia are the perfect couple. Someone said, why is Lu Miao always after him? Lu Miao feels bad hearing this. Just then, she decides, I will go to that old school with my friends and find out the truth. After this, Chen has already made a plan to win Lu Miao's heart, so he makes Gogo a ghost to scare everyone. The gate is locked, which Shen opens with a hairpin. The three of them go inside. It's very dark inside, the phone falls, and everyone starts looking for the mirror. A sound comes from a room, and as they open the door, a face emerges and everyone gets scared. And it's Shu Wei, who had come to find out the truth about the magic mirror. They had also just come to see if there was really a ghost here. Lu Miao's phone is lying on the floor and she is a little worried. She finds red shoes near the bench. Shu Wei checks and says, this is new, meaning someone deliberately put them here. Just then, Gogo comes in front of everyone as a ghost. Everyone mistakes him for a ghost and runs away. In the dark, Chen accidentally grabs Ligia's hand and delivers a line to her. With me here, nothing can happen to you. Ligia pretends, saying, I'm very scared. Take me away. On the other side, Han goes out to find Lu Miao. They bring Shen out of the school with her eyes closed. Lu Miao finds the mirror room. In the mirror, she sees Han's face. Just then, something is about to fall on her, but Han saves her. Gogo tells everyone, I'm not a ghost, but everyone runs away seeing him. Shen, out of fear, hugs Chen. Everyone finally returns home. Lu Miao is happy because she understood that Han only likes Lu Miao and deletes all the Ligia photos from her phone. Then there is a monthly test at school. Lu Miao tops, and her mom and dad are very happy. Her grandpa and grandma also come to visit for the new year. They also feel proud hearing her result. In the next scene, Lu Miao goes to Han's house to call him, but no one is there. Han's dad has been arrested by the police in a gambling case. Han gets him released. The police know Han well, so they let him go after taking money. After this, Han's dad asks Han for money, so Han gets angry. He says something about Han's mother. Your mother ran away with someone else for money. Han gets angry and leaves. Then on the way, he meets Lu Miao. Han wishes her a happy new year, and Lu Miao asks, where were you? Han lies, I went shopping. Lu Miao asks, then why aren't you wearing new clothes? Han says, I didn't like anything. Seeing Lu Miao's hairstyle, Han says, how much time did it take you to do this? Lu Miao says angrily, do you even know? Han says, I was just kidding. You look very cute. Lu Miao takes him to her house and introduces him to her grandparents. In the next scene, Lu Miao's mom is worried because her job is gone. She has been fired from her job. Lu Miao notices that her mom is a bit sad. When her dad asks, she says, it's work pressure. After this, at night, everyone has dinner together. Mom is setting off fireworks with a fake smile. Grandma brings rice wine. Lu Miao says, rice wine is different from wine. And then, Chen gets jealous seeing Han with Lu Miao. Lu Miao gets too drunk and starts saying anything with Han, so Han handles her. Lu Miao shouts at Han, you talk to Ligia, right? Why don't you talk to me? I understand everything. You only like girls who are good at studies. Han says, can't you change this criterion of yours? Lu Miao says, I am also good at dancing, games, and kung fu. She starts to show her kung fu. Han says, "Can't you like me?" She falls asleep in Han's arms. Han says, "I like you very much." After that, he drops Lu Miao home and leaves. Going to his own home, he remembers his mother and calls, but the call doesn't connect. In the next scene, Han remembers his childhood when his mom left him, when his mom and dad fought over money, when his mom left him, and he started crying. In the morning, his mom calls and wishes him a happy new year. Then Grandpa and Grandma are going back. Lu Miao goes to drop them at the station. Mom tells Lu Miao, "Don't eat junk food, you'll get food poisoning." Lu Miao says, "I won't," and then secretly goes to get a spicy hot pot. On the other side, Si Chen is with the owner of the comic store. The owner understands. He has a thing for some girl. He teaches him ways to flirt. Si Chen goes to impress Lu Miao, but Lu Miao has eaten too much spicy food and gets food poisoning, so she calls Han. Han comes to Lu Miao's house and calls an ambulance, but the ambulance is late due to the rain. Han picks up Lu Miao and carries her himself, but falls on the way. Just then, Si Chen arrives and picks up Lu Miao. Si Chen says, "I'll take her to the hospital." Han stops him, but Si Chen says, "Lu Miao has a high fever, I have to go." Han reaches the hospital. Han calls Lu Miao's mom. He is feeling guilty. He feels that because of his disability, he couldn't protect Lu Miao. On the way, he meets Lu Miao's mom and dad, who take her to the hospital. After this, a scene from the past is shown when his mom had left. He had come in front of Lu Miao's dad's car, in which he had his accident. In the next scene, Han comes back to the present from his thoughts and tells Lu Miao's dad, "My condition is because of you. The one I wanted to save, I couldn't even take to the hospital." Han leaves angrily. Now, in a past scene, it is shown that when Han was little, Lu Miao had protected him. Han used to say, "When I grow up, I will be taller than you and I will protect you." Lu Miao says, "Until then, I will protect you." Both make a promise to each other. After this, Lu Miao has regained consciousness, and her fever has also subsided. In the hospital room, her mom and dad are preparing for discharge, but Lu Miao is still there, waiting for Han. Her mom tells her, "Son, get ready, let's go home." Lu Miao asks with questioning eyes, "Where did Han go, Auntie?" Lu Miao's mom lies. He is busy with his studies, so he couldn't come. Lu Miao says in a soft voice, "I remember, Han was the one who brought me to the hospital. I could see his face in the candlelight." Mom laughs and says, "Maybe you had a dream. Si Chen brought you, don't forget to thank him." Then, over at the basketball ground, Si Chen is practicing with Gogo and feeling happy. Gogo comes up to him and says, "I heard you took Lu Miao to the hospital yesterday." Si Chen says shyly, "Yes, it was raining. She was unconscious. Maybe she's impressed with me now." Gogo asks with a laugh, "Did she say anything? Thank you or something?" Si Chen says sadly, "No, she wasn't conscious at that time. Her mom and dad came, so I left. She probably doesn't even know that I was the one who brought her to the hospital." Just then, a message arrives on Si Chen's phone from Lu Miao. She writes, "Thank you, Si Chen." Si Chen's face lights up seeing the message. After the message, Lu Miao asks Si Chen once about Han. A question arises in Si Chen's heart. Wasn't Han with me too? He remembers that Han's artificial leg was a bit damaged, yet he had followed him to the hospital. In the next scene, Lu Miao's discharge formalities are completed, and she returns home with her mom and dad. After this, Si Chen is still feeling guilty about his lie. He feels he has betrayed their friendship by not telling Lu Miao the truth. Then after reaching home, Lu Miao comes to Han's house and asks, "Why aren't you picking up my phone?" and asks, "Why aren't you replying to my messages?" Han says, "I didn't even see the message." Lu Miao asks directly, "You brought me to the hospital yesterday, right?" Han replies lightly, "No, Si Chen took you." Lu Miao is looking into his eyes. "I remember everything. You took me from my house." Han says, without looking at her, "You had such a high fever. You must have been dreaming." Lu Miao says, "Why are you lying to me?" Han says, "I was busy, and I couldn't go to the hospital. That's the truth." Lu Miao says angrily, "If you keep behaving like this, I will never talk to you again." And she leaves. At home, Lu Miao is sitting sadly in front of the TV. Dad comes to her and says, "What happened, son?" Lu Miao says, "Han is not talking to me. He is ignoring me." Lu Miao's dad says lightly, "There are some things we can't share. Maybe Han is also going through a phase like that. Give him time." Lu Miao nods and says, "But he should have told me." Lu Miao's dad says, "Maybe Han doesn't want you to worry about him." After this, Lu Miao doesn't bother Han. School reopens after the winter break. Lu Miao is going to Han's house to call him, but finds out from Han's dad that he had left early in the morning. Then Han is sitting alone on the school playground, trying to run with his artificial leg but falls every time. He is getting frustrated and angry with himself. In the next scene, in class, Si Chen proudly tells everyone, "I spent the entire winter break practicing basketball." So Shen wishes him good luck. Si Chen is surprised. "You wished me?" Shen says, "You've been practicing for so many days, that's why." Just then, Lu Miao also comes into the class. Her mood is off. Everyone asks, "Are you upset because of Han?" Lu Miao is surprised. "How do you know?" Si Chen says, "Just like that, I guessed." In class, the teacher is telling everyone to decide which stream they want to take, arts or science. Everyone is lost in thought, but Lu Miao is thinking about Han. After this, as soon as school is over, she goes to Han's class and starts walking home with him. On the way, she asks, "Why aren't you talking to me? Are you ignoring me?" Han says, "I am busy preparing for the National Olympiad." Lu Miao smiles and says, "Then I will also walk to school with you from tomorrow. We have come together since childhood, so we will now too." She asks Han, "Which stream should I take? Arts or science?" Han says, "You shouldn't be asking me all this. You decide for yourself." Lu Miao says, "But you always help me. Help me this time too, please." Han says nothing. He is broken inside. That accident is constantly revolving in his mind. He says, "So should I just accept my situation? Everyone has choices, why don't I?" Lu Miao is confused. Why did he say all that? Coming home, Lu Miao's mom checks her marks. The numbers in science and math are a bit low, so mom says, "You should take science, you'll get a good job." Dad supports arts. An argument is going on at home. Then in the school library, everyone is discussing their stream. Shu Wei wants to take medical. Si Chen and Gogo are after basketball. Lu Miao is confused. Just then, Si Chen asks her, "What happened between you and Han?" Lu Miao says nothing. Si Chen picks up a book and leaves. At home, Lu Miao's mom notices that Lu Miao has been quiet for many days. She neither goes to Han's house nor studies. Mom asks her dad. Dad explains, Han is feeling guilty because of his accident. When Lu Miao fainted, Han couldn't carry her because of his disability. He feels guilty that if Si Chen hadn't been there. The next day, Lu Miao's dad invites Han for dinner. Han tells him, "I am preparing for the Olympiad." Inside, he is crying, losing to himself. After this, Si Chen and Gogo's basketball tryout takes place. Both perform well. In the evening, Lu Miao meets Si Chen. She tells him, "I don't know what to take, arts or science." Si Chen says, "Take what you like. Listen to your heart." But Han is revolving in Lu Miao's mind. Seeing her sadness, Si Chen tells her everything. "Han was carrying you, but he fell midway. I took you to the hospital, but he also arrived shortly after. Han had said not to tell anyone." Lu Miao understands. Her heart fills up. She says, "Maybe I never asked Han if he even wanted to be friends with me. I am the one forcing him." In school, Han is sitting in the library. Han is writing in a notebook. Should Lu Miao take science or arts? He says, "Whatever she takes, I will help her." Just then, Shu Wei comes from behind and says, "Why are you thinking alone? Go and tell her." Just then, Lu Miao is coming to the library. Shen sits down in front of her. Lu Miao says, "I have decided. I will take arts." Shen smiles and says, "Good decision. You are strong." Shen asks, "Did Han help you make the decision?" Lu Miao says, "I will make my own decisions now." Then, Lu Miao decides that she will now make her own decisions for herself and will not depend on Han. Si Chen tells Han, "I have told Lu Miao the reason for my coming to the hospital." When Han asks the reason, Si Chen says, "She was getting worried thinking about you, so I had to tell her." Han thanks him. In the next scene, the result of the basketball team selection comes out at school. Gogo gets selected, but Si Chen doesn't get selected this time either, so Gogo is surprised and says, "How can this be? Is your dad behind this?" Si Chen just says, "No, he is busy with his work." The new captain of the basketball team wishes him good luck and advises him to work harder next year. Si Chen sits alone in the comic store. After this, after school, Lu Miao sees Han from a distance but does not go near him. Then Han is talking to an astrologer who says Lu Miao doesn't want to depend on him anymore. She had lunch alone and also chose the art class project herself. Han says, "Maybe I said too much to her in anger, but everything feels incomplete without her." In the next scene, Han has a dream in which Lu Miao doesn't recognize him, and another family is living in his house. This dream wakes Han up. After this, waking up in the morning, Han calls his doctor. The doctor advises him to do more physical exercise and says, "Your artificial leg has become old. You are advised to get a new hydraulic artificial leg." Han is searching for a hydraulic leg on the net. Its price is 30,000 yuan. Now he intends to save money and exercise more. Then Lu Miao and Shen are sitting and talking about Si Chen. Shen says, "Maybe Gogo will leave the school team for his friend?" Lu Miao says, "No, he really likes basketball." Gogo tells Si Chen, "I won't join the team until you try again." Si Chen starts practicing for basketball again. Gogo tells him, "I will always support you." Lu Miao understands that Si Chen is not selfish. She apologizes to Si Chen for what she had said in the comic store. Si Chen is surprised that Lu Miao even apologized. Lu Miao says, "People who chase their dreams should be respected." Si Chen is happy. A new head teacher arrives at the school. The class students say that he is quite strict. Lu Miao starts to worry about Han, so she carries his books and bag to the second floor in advance. The head teacher calls everyone to the gym class, but Han doesn't come. The captain says, Han never does gym class. The head teacher asks Han, are you someone special? Han says, I am disabled, not special. Still, the teacher asks him to come to the ground. Han comes to the ground but doesn't do the exercises. The teacher says, the rules are the same for everyone. Lu Miao gets very angry. She goes straight to the head teacher and says, do you even know his condition or are you just targeting him? The teacher says, I know everything. I am trying to fix him. The doctor had also suggested that Han needs special training. The head teacher decides to train Han under his supervision. In the next scene, Lu Miao's dad sees him practicing running. The artificial leg is slightly damaged. Lu Miao's dad decides to arrange money for a new leg. After this, a sports meeting is being announced in the class. Every student has to participate. Han doesn't come, so a student goes to call him and Han says, I can't come. The head teacher tells everyone, no one will be dismissed until Han comes. Everyone starts shouting Han's name, and Lu Miao gets very angry. She goes and confronts the teacher. Why are you forcing him? Are you making fun of his disability? The teacher says, I know his condition. That's why I'm trying to break his limits. At that moment, Han arrives and says, I don't need any special treatment. Han apologizes to the teacher and says, I will do all the exercises. Then the sports begin. Han is at the very back, but is constantly trying. Lu Miao gets emotional seeing his courage. The teacher tells Han to go at his own pace. Some students are protesting, make Han stand separately or we won't be able to compete. Then Lu Miao's dad meets Han's dad and gives him money for the new hydraulic leg. When Han's dad gives him the money for the new leg, Han says, where did this money come from? Han's dad says, I won the lottery. Han gets the new leg. In the next scene, a physical examination is taking place at the school. Lu Miao and her gang wear masks and hide the shoes of the students who used to bother Han. Then they wear masks and warn them. After this, Han is practicing running with the new leg, and Lu Miao is feeling proud of him. Then, seeing Han in front of her, Lu Miao starts to run away because she thinks Han will be angry or mad at her. Han runs after her to stop her and stops her after a short while. Han asks, why are you running? Lu Miao says, you were running to catch me. That's why. Lu Miao smiles and says, you were running so fast, I hope your leg isn't hurting. Han says, don't worry, I have a new artificial leg. It's quite flexible. Han asks, why were you hiding from me? Lu Miao says, you were the one who didn't want to talk to me, right? Lu Miao says, I know you had a fight with your dad that night. That's why your mood is bad. But I'm sorry. I forced you to be friends with me since childhood. Han says, it's not like that. I should be the one saying sorry. I said a lot to your uncle that night and was also rude to you. Lu Miao smiles and says, so our sorry is even, now we are friends again, right? Han says, yes, forever. Both are happy when a bicycle comes towards them. Han quickly pulls Lu Miao towards him, and in this process, Lu Miao sprains her ankle, so Han picks her up on his back. Lu Miao refuses, but Han says, now I can lift you. In a flashback, it is shown that when Lu Miao first came to be friends with Han, Han was not talking to her at all. Lu Miao tries a lot. Then, finding out that Han likes superheroes, she brings a superhero book and reads it to Han. Han gets interested in the story, and from there, their friendship begins. The next morning in class, the teacher announces that on the day of the sports meet, each class will have to perform a drill. Si-Chen wanted to do a ninja-themed drill, but the teacher refuses and tells him, keep a study-related theme. Han's class performance is going very well. The teacher puts Han in charge of the drill formation. After this, Lu Miao is waiting for Han. Then they both go home together. Han is thinking about the idea for the drill. Lu Miao comes to see his idea. At first, Han doesn't show it, but Lu Miao insists and snatches it. She doesn't understand, so Han explains, the theme is unity is strength. In the final act, one student has to fall from a height, and everyone else catches him. Lu Miao loves the idea. The next day, Han tells the teacher the theme. The teacher says that they will have to choose someone to jump from the height. All the students choose Han because unity came because of him. The teacher is also impressed, but Han is a little thoughtful. Meanwhile, Si-Chen is preparing for the 400-meter race. His plan is, after winning, he will tell Lu Miao his feelings in front of everyone. His dad is the school principal, so he is not afraid of anyone. Then, Si-Chen goes to Shen and asks for her diary, because it has data on all the handsome boys. When Shen refuses, Si-Chen threatens, I will tell everyone that you read romantic novels. Forced, Shen gives him the diary. Si-Chen is surprised to see it. It has data on all the talented boys. His score is low. Hiding it from Shen, Si-Chen increases his score. Shen checks and reduces his score again. Just then, the teacher comes and says, Han has fainted on the ground. Lu Miao runs to the medical room. just as Han has regained consciousness, but he is not well. Shu Wei requests the teacher, someone else should be in the final act. The teacher agrees. Lu Miao comes to Han and says, take your medicine and get ready. Han is not sure if his classmates will be able to catch him. Lu Miao plans something for him. On the other side, Si Chen again comes to Shen and says, you know how to write a romantic letter, right? Write one for me. Shen understands. He is getting it written for Lu Miao. She writes a heavily poetic letter. As soon as Si Chen leaves, Shen becomes a little sad. Maybe she has started to like Si Chen. Lu Miao takes Han to a high place, climbs up herself and says, I'm going to let go of my hands. You have to catch me. Han catches her safely. So Lu Miao says, just as I was sure you would catch me, you should trust your class. In the next scene, sports day arrives, and Han's class drill begins. Everyone is performing well. In the final act, Han gets nervous, so Lu Miao comes in front of him and starts video recording and cheering. Seeing her, all the students and teachers also cheer. Han's confidence returns, and he jumps. Everyone catches him safely. Everyone is happy. Lu Miao repeatedly edits his falling scene and shows it to Han. Han thanks her for cheering him on. After this, when Han is going to class, he overhears Si Chen's conversation from near the window, and he is reading the letter and says, today, Lu Miao is definitely going to be impressed. Then, the relay race starts. Lu Miao passes the baton to Gogo. He is a little late in reaching Si Chen, but Si Chen runs at full speed and crosses the finish line first. Then Si Chen goes on stage to receive the prize, taking the letter with him. He tells Shu Wei, announce the letter. The principal, his dad, comes to give him the prize. But Han arrives to read the letter instead of Shu Wei. Hearing his voice, Si Chen understands that something is about to go wrong. Han deliberately reads the letter in the principal's name. The principal gets emotional and hugs Si Chen. The poem is pasted on the notice board. Si Chen is angry at Han. Gogo says, at least everything is fine between you and your dad, be happy. But Si Chen says, I'm not going to give up so easily. The next night, Han is going to throw out the trash and meets Lu Miao's dad. Han apologizes to him, so Lu Miao's dad invites him for dinner. At dinner, he reveals, Han's dad paid for the artificial leg. He says, Han's dad loves you very much, just can't express it, and that's why I wanted to improve the relationship between you two. The next morning, it is the last class of grade 1. After the vacation, everyone will move to grade 2, separated into science and arts. Lu Miao and Shen are sad. Everyone spends the vacation together. After this, Lu Miao's first monthly test result comes after the vacation. She fails in 2 subjects, so she is tense about what her mom will say. Si Chen passes, but his marks are not good. Then, Lu Miao signs the paper herself to avoid her mom's scolding. Mom is struggling to find a job. When the class teacher calls Lu Miao's dad to school, Mom arrives the next day. When she sees the result and the forged signature, she starts walking angrily towards Lu Miao's class, and Han sees her. Lu Miao is busy with Si Chen and Gogo. Mom comes into the class and calls her name. Lu Miao gets scared seeing the paper in her mom's hand and starts running with her mom chasing her. Lu Miao runs straight into Han's class, so Han calms her mother down. The mother says, come home, then I'll show you. Scared, Lu Miao again goes to Han for help and tells him, praise me in front of my mother. Han says, you have to do something worthy of praise, I will teach you. But Lu Miao's mother finds no peace anywhere, so she says, we can't take responsibility for Han anymore. Lu Miao's dad is against this, and their fight begins. Their fight continues all day. In the next scene, Si Chen is worried about his studies because he has accepted his dad's challenge. Si Chen goes to Han to study. Han and Lu Miao can't believe that Si Chen has really come to study. Si Chen says, I really want to study, and he sets a target to complete the question papers of all subjects in 1 day. On the other side, a fight is going on at Lu Miao's house between her mom and dad. When Lu Miao's mom finds out that her dad has spent all his savings on the artificial leg, her mom gets even angrier, and the matter goes as far as divorce. After this, Lu Miao returns home and starts focusing on her studies, thinking that this time she will study well and make her mother happy. From the next day, Si Chen and Lu Miao both start studying together everywhere, all the time. Even on the basketball court, Si Chen and Lu Miao are just studying. Shu Wei feels jealous sitting with both of them, so he goes and starts studying with them in the middle. Then, while studying, the day of the monthly exam arrives. Lu Miao gets the 49th rank, and Si Chen also comes in the top 200. Lu Miao happily goes to tell Han the result from outside the window. Han is also very happy. Si Chen goes to show his result to his dad. so his dad gives him permission to play basketball. In the next scene, Lu Miao tells her mother the result. Her mother is overjoyed, but her mother asks, "Do you want to live only with me or with your dad?" Lu Miao understands that her mom and dad are probably going to get a divorce. She becomes sad. Han talks to her and tells her to stay positive, but Lu Miao can't concentrate in school either. Her friends are worried about her. Shen and Shu Wei give her an exclusive pass to the comic store to change her mood. In class, Lu Miao doesn't do her homework. Han tells the teacher, "Don't tell her parents. I will take care of her studies." Han feels that the fight in Lu Miao's house is because of him. He goes to meet Lu Miao's dad, who tells him that it's nothing like that. After this, an idea comes to Han to improve Lu Miao's mood: the wishing tree. Shu Wei helps him turn a normal tree into a wishing tree. Han gives Lu Miao a special coin. Lu Miao goes to make a wish. Han also goes with her because the weather is bad. Near the wishing tree, Lu Miao's coin falls into the water. Lu Miao goes into the water to get it. Han says, "Come out," but Lu Miao says, "I won't come out without the coin." Han also goes into the water with her. Lu Miao wishes, "I want us all to stay together. May our family never be separated." A flashback shows that in childhood, Han also used to wish on this tree. Lu Miao goes home and sees that her mom and grandmom have returned. She's overjoyed. Then Han finds out from his dad. Lu Miao's dad paid for the artificial leg, and that's why there was a fight at home. Han calls his mom and says, "I want to live with you." The next day, Lu Miao's mother returns. Lu Miao makes a bracelet for her and also goes to the hospital and puts a bracelet on her grandpa and also makes a bracelet for Han. But the thought is running through Han's mind that he is going abroad. When Lu Miao finds out, she gets upset. The next day when Han is going to school and listening to an English lecture, Lu Miao tells him, "Are you in such a hurry to go there?" She doesn't talk to Han, and her friends also start to worry about him. In the next scene, Han's mom has arranged for him to stay in another apartment abroad because she has a new family there. Han asks, "Don't you want to live with me?" Mom says, "You are grown up now. Learn to be independent." Han gets upset. He remembers when his mom came to see him once after the accident, gave him money, and promised to come and get him one day. Lu Miao overhears all this and hugs Han, saying, "I will always be with you." Lu Miao's grandmom has gone to the market. Han and Lu Miao's mom go to find her. Some people try to rob the grandma of her money, but Han's dad scares them away. After this, Lu Miao and her dad bring a new sofa to make her mom happy, but her mom gets even angrier. Lu Miao says, "We did all this for you so you wouldn't leave home." Han stops Lu Miao from eating something, so Lu Miao says, "You are leaving me anyway, so don't talk to me." Yafar, and runs into her room. Lu Miao's dad talks to Han and says, "If you are going only for your mom, then go, but if you are going because of us, then I don't support you. We never considered you separate from the family." Then Lu Miao's dad also explains to Lu Miao. Lu Miao goes to the hospital to meet her mom and grandpa and asks her mom directly, "Are you going to divorce dad?" So her mom says, "No," which makes Lu Miao happy. In the next scene, Han's things are packed, and he is getting ready to leave. Han is getting emotional thinking about Lu Miao and her family. He has decided he doesn't want Lu Miao's family to have any problem because of him. After this, Si Chen goes straight to meet Han and asks, "Why are you leaving?" Han says, "For Lu Miao. If I go, her life will be better." Si Chen says, a little angry, "If you care so much about her, then stay. Actually, I want you to go far away, but the truth is that your leaving will make her life more difficult." Then Si Chen says, "But if you have to go, I will take care of her because I like her. I can't ignore her. What do you think? Does she like me?" Han leaves from there without answering him. Then Si Chen is watching Lu Miao from the top of the school building, and all the paper planes fall from his hands, which Lu Miao notices. Si Chen says Lu Miao's name over the microphone. "The names of all the countries in the world are written on these paper planes. Wherever you want to go, I will take you. I can't see you sad." Han is watching all this. When Si Chen goes to officially make his confession, the microphone breaks. Lu Miao starts to come up. Si Chen puts the paper planes in his diary. But before that, Lu Miao arrives and asks, "What did you want to say?" Si Chen says, "I like you," and leaves from there. Lu Miao says, "I'm not going to fall for this prank of yours." Then Si Chen says, "Seriously, I really love you, since the first time I talked to you at school." Lu Miao says, "Sorry, I like someone else." Si Chen, in his sadness, says with a laugh, "I was just kidding, and you believed it." In the library, Lu Miao is talking to her friend Shen. Shen says, "Do you think Si Chen was just kidding?" Lu Miao says, "Yes, that's what he said." Shen gets serious. "I can't hide this. He really loves you. He confused you today. Both me and Gogo know this. But Si Chen told us not to say anything." Lu Miao is confused. Now it has become awkward for her to talk to Si Chen. so she decides to ignore Si-chen. In the next scene, Lu Miao and Shen are looking at the exam result diary. Shu Wei has come in first. Lu Miao jokingly tells her, "Now you should confess your love because you wanted to date a boy with a perfect score." Just then, Shen calls Shu Wei to meet and asks him to go on a date. Shu Wei says, "Love doesn't happen like that with just anyone. Love comes from the heart. You can never meet your Mr. Perfect with your calculations. When you find him, your heart will tell you itself." Meanwhile, Han is sitting by the sea, writing a goodbye note for Lu Miao. After this, Lu Miao and Si-chen bump into each other outside the convenience store. It's a slightly awkward moment, but Si-chen says, "We don't need to feel awkward. We are best buddies and will remain so." Lu Miao smiles. Si-chen buys snacks for her. Both are happily going to class. Just then, Han comes from the front. Lu Miao goes to talk to him. She says, "Sorry, I have to part with you at such a time. I am happy for you. You are going to study in a good place. Just take care of yourself." Lu Miao ties the bracelet she made with her own hands on Han's wrist, and Han has a fake smile on his face. She says goodbye and leaves. Then, Lu Miao goes to the seashore and says to herself, "It's a good thing he's going. Now no one will scold me. No one will force me to study. I'm free." During the break, Shu Wei meets Han. He says, "Do you think Lu Miao will be happy if you leave? And will you be happy without her?" Hearing Shu Wei's words, Han realizes he is doing the wrong thing. He takes his bicycle and sets off to find Lu Miao. Lu Miao is at their special place where she finds a laptop. Upon turning on the laptop, she finds a recorded video, Han's goodbye message. Han says in the video, "In childhood, I hated you. You always bothered me, but you never gave up. You came to see me every day. Slowly, I got used to your talks. You became my first friend. You made me strong. You never let me feel that I was different. I was happy because of you." Han has tears in his eyes in the video. "But maybe I am leaving you sad. I'm sorry, Lu Miao." Lu Miao says, crying, "Please, don't go." Just then, Han arrives there and says, "Okay, I'm not going." Hearing his voice, Lu Miao happily runs to him and hugs him. Just then, a flashback is shown when Han, after being hit by his dad, was going to call his mom, but Han's dad stops him, and Han gets scared. Just then, little Lu Miao comes there. She had bitten Han's dad hard on the hand. She takes Han and runs to her house. There she gives him chocolate and says, "If this ever happens again, call me. I will protect you." Lu Miao is very happy to know that Han is not going abroad, but she is a little sad that Han will not be able to meet his mom. Han is explaining to her, "My mom over there doesn't care, so I want to stay here. All of you are here." Lu Miao is comforting him. "Don't worry, I am always with you." Next day, Han is going to meet Lu Miao's dad. He says, "Lu Miao told me you are not going abroad. If you are worried about your dad or us, then don't worry." Han is replying, "It's nothing like that. I am feeling comfortable here, and this is my own decision." Then Han is giving them a pocket diary of his, in which he has written down all their expenses since childhood. He is saying, "You took care of me for so many years. Thank you very much for that. I will return the money soon." But Mr. L, Lu Miao's dad, tears up all those pages and says, "Never say such nonsense. I have considered you my own child." Then everyone is having dinner together when Lu Miao's mom calls, and she tells them, "Grandpa has passed away." The whole family is sad. Lu Miao is comforting her mom and crying, remembering her grandpa. After this, Han's mom has come to see him and is again asking him to go abroad. Han is reminding her, "You left me in childhood. When you were leaving, I was running after you and crying. You didn't look back even once. That's when I had my accident. I thought you would come to the hospital, but you never came. I waited for you to come every day. You never returned. My family is my dad. Even if he's not perfect, at least he is with me. You be happy with your family. I am taking care of my dad." Han is returning his mom's watch that she had given him before leaving. Just then, Han's mom says, "Think one more time. Are you ruining your life for this man?" Han replies, "Dad is my family. Taking care of him is my responsibility." Then, Lu Miao's family arrives in the car and sees this scene. Han's dad is very happy. Han carefully takes his dad home. Then Han is sitting alone on the roof when Lu Miao comes to see him. Han is sharing his heart, how his mom left him, the scene of his accident, and how he waited for his mom to return every day. Lu Miao is consoling him. In the next scene, Han's dad has started the work of building flats, which Lu Miao's dad sees. At first, he doesn't believe it, but he is very happy. Han's dad has closed the den and is thinking of doing a respectable business. On the other side, Shen is coming to the basketball court. Si-chen is holding her hand and trying to teach her. Shen throws the ball, but it doesn't go in the basket, and the ball goes to Han's dad. Lu Miao and Han's dad take the ball and come to them. Lu Miao's dad recognizes them both and introduces everyone. In the next scene, everyone is drinking at Lu Miao's house, and Han is getting emotional and tells Lu Miao's dad, "I told my mom that I want to stay here, my family is here, so I am leaving everything behind and trying to live a better life." Lu Miao and Han get busy with their studies. Han is sending her history comics, which increases Lu Miao's interest. Han is waiting for Lu Miao's call, but Lu Miao is so busy with her studies that she doesn't have time. After this, Han is sending Lu Miao a math problem whose answer is, I love you. But Lu Miao is unable to solve it because her focus is only on studies. Lu Miao is very nervous before the exam. She is having bad dreams. When Han hears all this, he comes back during the national holiday and gets ready to help her. Then on the exam day, Lu Miao forgets her admit card. Han runs from home and delivers it to her on time. After the exam, the result is out, and Lu Miao has scored good marks. She also gets admission to Han's university. In the next scene, everyone is thanking their teacher. After that, everyone is preparing to go to their colleges. After this, Lu Miao and Han have returned for the holidays. Han's dad has opened a restaurant in place of the den. Han and Lu Miao are helping them. Lu Miao's mom and dad are making future plans. Lu Miao's dad likes Han very much. Han meets Lu Miao's mom and tells her, I like Lu Miao. Mom is surprised but says, we want our daughter to always be happy. Han promises, I will never hurt her. Lu Miao has also finally expressed her feelings to Han. Now Han is planning a confession. He is practicing with Shu Wei. He is preparing to take Lu Miao on a trip where he will tell her his feelings by the sea. Arriving there, Han expresses his feelings to Lu Miao, hearing which Lu Miao is very happy because she also likes Han. And this is where the drama has a happy ending.